Thanks for joining me on our statue day because we have a lot of unboxings we're doing today. Before we get started on this Mark VII bust, we have our LBS Magneto here, 1/3 scale. And then we have our War Machine, War Tank that we just did a video on that, so we'll be posting that as well. And after this one, we'll be doing the Justice Buster. And that came in 3 giant boxes, so we're gonna go ahead and get that unpacked, and we'll be doing that right here with the side-by-side with the War Machine, War Tank. So check that out. That's gonna be a really fun, cool video. So anyway, this is the Mark VII bust, and I believe this is from Iron Man 3 or 2 or 3. And I did buy the Mark 50. That was the last release, and that was, I believe, $9.80, so a really good price point. But I felt it was a little bit like simple, I should say, and it just had a lot of surface cuts, kind of like it was a very superficial sculpt on that one. So I didn't really dig that one too much, but it was a really cool bust. So I went ahead and sold that one and purchased this one. This one had a little more detail on it, and that's the one what I was really looking for. So let's go ahead and start piecing this together. It shouldn't take us too long because these are fairly simple to put together. So this is the core of the body there, and I just put this piece, these 2 pieces kind of just circle around the base there with one big peg. So let's go ahead and just keep that on there. And then let's put our other one on, just starting out with the base, and we'll move our way up. So, okay, so let's just go ahead and put our arc reactor. This has a little plug-in. It looks like the same plug-ins from the Samsung Galaxies. So I think you could charge that up, and as you can see, these I think they light up when you actually put it in, but you know, I didn't charge this one up, and we're not gonna probably use that anyway. So I guess that's pretty cool. I guess you can light it up if you want to display it, and it'll just die off on its own. You don't have to worry about batteries, although there is probably a battery in there. So let's go ahead and put our shoulder pads on. Like I said, this is gonna be really quick. Got another shoulder pad here. And then we got some on the back here. Let's see. So these ones actually, I believe these flare out like this. Yeah. Let's throw our other one on there. So it looks really cool from the back because you have all these, his suit is actually, I would say, preparing to fire his little, what would you call those, flares there. And you got these pieces, kind of just one big peg again. See, the light is kind of, let me turn this guy so I can see in there. Yeah. There, no, thought we had it. There we go. Let's grab our other one. And believe it or not, we're just about done with this thing. Man, how come I can't get that in? There we go. All right, and then we have a few flares kind of attached to our first one that kind of just go on like this, and this gives a little more appeal. Yeah, that goes on this. Make sure that's on there. We should have one more. Now we'll go on this side. All right. Nothing it's going to hit over there. And let's throw on our portrait there. Pretty cool. I like putting together these busts that Queen makes. I have gotten a few of these. I got the Mark 50 and I got the Thanos life-size bust. All really awesome, really cool products. There it is. That is it. Iron Man Mark VII. And that is it, the Iron Man Mark VII. All right, so just taking a look at this, it looks pretty cool. I do like I said, I liked it better than the Mark 50. A lot of deep cuts, you know, probably because there's more parts to it. I know with Mark 50, everything was kind of sunken in like it was just one piece of resin there. So definitely a lot more detail on this, especially if you look under the shoulder pads. A lot of metallic, a lot of machinery, hydraulics and everything showing. And then of course on the top you have the flares. And I do like how they have these flaring out, just gives a little more pizzazz there. And so this is a light up, so that charges up. And I would think they would put it on the, oh yeah, so we do have battery. And with an on-off switch there, and it looks like it takes AAA's, but I'm not gonna light that up. I guess I could, but I don't know about you if you really use light ups, and most people that I see that have these busts don't really use them either. So, but overall, it's a really cool statue. Let's take a quick measurement. The last time when I had the Mark 50, I had a problem with space on the depth. So, because you had your, what do they call them? It was a nanotech suit, but it kind of had like these on it. Of course, they were more advanced. So when you're looking at these flares there, or let's see, you're looking at about 24 inches. So that's going to add a lot of depth. Going to take a lot more space there with those. And if you're looking shoulder to shoulder, you're looking at about 25 inches and width, and the height is 29 inches. So it's a pretty big piece, so it's going to take some real estate when you're displaying this. And I would say I really like the back of this, and I like how they have the metallic, the gold, and you have a lot of different colors and paints back here. But the thing is, you don't really see the backs of these if you're displaying it, you know, where a wall is, which usually you would do. On the Mark 50, I took all of it off and just displayed it without those, just because it didn't fit. Because I know my shelves are only about 25 deep, so it was kind of like sitting a little over the edge. So I just went ahead and took those off. But yeah, I think overall this is a pretty cool statue. I think you're supposed to display it just like that. He's kind of tilted to the right there. Kind of still half action, ready for battle. Really cool bust. Like Queen Studios, they make some awesome busts. I don't think you could be disappointed on any of their busts. I've purchased the Thanos bust, awesome. The Mark 50 bust, awesome. And this is my third bust from Queen Studios, and it never disappoints me. And I like how simple they are to pack up, especially if you're going to sell it and ship it off. Man, but those boxes are huge. This one especially was just giant, so I was lucky that it all fit in my truck there. So anyway, I guess that's all I can really say about this. Really cool. $1,430 was the price on this. A little more than the Mark 50 was $980, but there's a lot more detail on this and a lot more parts on this, because on the 50, I believe there was a couple on the back that kind of just sunk in, and you had your portrait. It was a very simple piece, so I think the price is justified for what you're getting. $1,430. I mean, you pay what, you know, $1,200 for just a standard quarter scale. A couple $100 more, you're getting a pretty awesome bust. Pretty cool. Anyway, join me on my next video. We're doing the LBS 1/3 scale Magneto. gonna be, I've been waiting for this thing for a long time. The debut of this was, I believe at the Singapore Comic-Con? But the whole LBS line, I believe this is the last of it, because Captain America came out. Captain America, then you had Thor, that released a long time ago, and then you have Magneto, and it's finally here. So, and I think this is probably one of the more intricate pieces of those three. Besides the Thor had a badass base, but it didn't really appeal to me for some reason. It almost looked like it was appealed to me more when it was unpainted. So anyway, join me on that. Please subscribe. I do appreciate the support. I hope you enjoyed Iron Man, and we'll see you next video.